Good. Just keep rewarding her rapid fire.
Yes.
Hey, that's real life.
Yes.
You don't always know when the people are here, right? When you're asking her for place, are you guiding her on with the leash, or are you only using verbal?
I thought you said when you were on your way up. I didn't know you were on your way up.
No, get her back on.
Sorry.
Get her back on. No, it's okay.
Place.
The only thing is we want to do our best to prevent her from breaking, because if she keeps breaking, she's going to think that's an option, and you're going to get stuck in this pattern of her consistently breaking like that.
Still breaking on
So,
other things too.
and yeah, so that's why we have to find ways to get her not to break or correct her like verbally really fast and get her back on.
Normally, but I was just talking to you, so I was.
Yes. So not even just that, but like if you have guests that are coming and you're not ready, wait till you get the leash on before you ask her for a place. Get that leash on first.
Okay.
Your guests can wait. Yeah. No, and that was good for you to see, because that's real life. You have to see what that's like. Now she's doing good now, and I think it's because she realized it's me. And so her, nervousness turned to excitement. So she's able to control that a little bit better. But just keep marking and rewarding her while we're talking. But we do have to just be really careful to have a leash on and ask her for place instead of having to ask her like 7 times verbally. We just ask her once and we guide her on with that leash. Okay?
I was just like trying to get this on, trying to get the leash.
It's okay though. She's still doing good. I mean, look at the difference between today versus day 1.
Yeah.
I couldn't even stand here and talk to you.
Right.
That wasn't even something we could do, and now we can do it. So there's progress there. It's definitely not something, to make, to minimize. Like that's progress for sure. So I'm not even going to do any repetitions. Like, it's good. The first couple of times we had to do repetitions just to get her to calm down.
Right.
She wouldn't even take food, so that's great progress.
Okay.
But we'll just make sure that the next time I'll wait.
Millie, place.
I'll wait till you respond to my text before I knock on the door.
I just had to run.
I would say by like.
Wait. Yes.
Yeah, you're good. Just keep marking and rewarding. You just keep doing that while we're talking. You just keep marking and rewarding. You can even like set a timer to go off at 4:15 and just put the leash on her at 4:15 before I come here, so that it's already ready and all you got to do is grab the leash and guide her on. But you definitely want to avoid having to ask her like 7 times verbally, and just once put her on with the leash.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
But she's still doing good. Like, it's still really great progress. I didn't even have to do any repetitions today. But I am going to wait a little bit now until she's a little bit calmer. She's got a little whining, so a little frustration there.
Yes.
Because she's like, oh, please, let me go say hi. Yeah.
Yes.
Keep marking and rewarding. It's got to be a lot in the beginning, because you're working through a bad habit. Your counter conditioning. You're trying to erase a bad habit. So that means we have to like motivate her. It's kind of like your physical therapy patients. Sometimes when something's really hard, we got to dig deep. Use that leash. Guide her on. Yeah, there you go. Keep guiding her back on. You got it. Keep doing it. There you go.
Yes.
Yep. If she gets this idea that if I just push a little harder, I will get off, she'll keep doing that.
Yes.
So what you did right there was perfect. You just did not let up.
Yes.
Battle of the wills there.
Yes.
Good job. Good. Yeah, so in the beginning, motivation is really necessary. Like I was saying, just like with your patients, when they get to something really difficult, sometimes we got to find ways to motivate them to do it, because it's really hard and they don't want to do it, right?
Yeah.
And so, she can't help it. It's like, oh, I just want to say hi.
Yes.
Good girl. So I'll walk around a little bit. You just keep marking and rewarding.
Yes.
Yep, grab back on. We're going to keep practicing.
Yes.
Keep that leash short now so that when she tries that again, she cannot be successful. Right there, she's going to try. Good.
Yes.
That's what you need. Did you see how she couldn't even get off? She tried, but not a single paw got off. When she's successful, even just getting a single paw off, that's going to make her feel like she got somewhere. So keeping that leash short is huge.
Yes.
You got it? Perfect.
Place.
You got it.
Yes.
I'm just going to keep repeating this part because I know it's really hard for her. And this is because I haven't done any other repetitions.
Yes.
If I waited 20 minutes to start this, we probably wouldn't have to go through this. But I want to see where she's at and what she can handle.
Yes.
Because we have to start weaning out of that eventually.
Yes.
Because you can't ask your guests to go.
I know.
Can you just exit
Yes.
and enter 10 more times, please?
Yes.
Keep rewarding.
Yes.
Good job. Very good. That was fantastic timing.
Yes.
Try the other way.
Yes. Yes.
So it might be that when you first have guests come over, they can come right in, but you might have to work through her just staying on the cot and asking your guests to kind of ignore her.
Yes. But hold on. Yes. So.
Want me to repeat what I was saying?
Being like
what you're, what,
and just keep eating
you, like you guys can just keep talking like we're talking, but like ask your guests to not come up and talk to her, or like make eye contact with her and try to talk baby talk to her.
And even,
and then like when
and
she,
do I still mark
yes,
that?
I would still keep doing this, because it's likely that, you know, in the next couple of weeks, we might get through this even more, but it's only been with me. And so when you enter in a new person, she might have some of this whining, you know, because she needs to see this scenario with other people too. So doing it with me is going to give her a really good picture, help it to be predictable, help her to see I will eventually get to say hi, just not yet. We're trying to help her to lose this idea that a person walking through the door is the signal to greet. Because her greeting is, you know, a little harsh. And that's because she is so excited / nervous just from the knocking that by the time the person walks in, she's already at like a 9, you know? And so they don't make good decisions when they're in that state. So this will help her to calm down. That yawning was beautiful. That tells me she's releasing some stress.
Oh.
Yeah. So she was whining because she's frustrated, but now she's starting to see the predictability that greeting me just is no longer an option. So, all right, let me release some of this tension I was holding on to. Not saying she's completely calm, but she's releasing some anxiety through that yawn. So that's a good sign. I'm sure you've heard her do that yawn before. All dogs do it, you know. But we call it like a stress yawn. Not all of their yawns are stress yawns, but that one was.
Yes.
She's doing good though. So, okay, let's see, what time is it? It's 4:36. This took 6 minutes-ish. I don't know what time I actually got here. So let's just say less than 10 minutes. And that is, again, we're still going to have more lessons where we go through this, and it will get better and better. So yes, it might take you 5 minutes when a real guest, I'm going to be real with you. I'm not going to say it's going to be perfect.
Yeah.
But when you have guests, I would still stick with this and wait till you have this right here. This to me is good. There's minimal, I barely hear any whining. I hear it once in a while, but it's not consistent. She's no longer trying to break. She's taking food, and that's it. Like, to me, that's a good time to release her and say hello, okay? Go ahead and you can.
Yes.
You're so cute. She's so cute. It's hard to resist. That's good. So you keep rewarding her while I'm just standing here. It's just to get her used to this whole thing, because now she's seen the picture of me walking. Now I want her to have a picture of me not walking, because again, you're not going to ask your guests to walk around your island. So we're giving her both. The walking was a little easier for her because I was not that close to her. I kept coming, but I also kept leaving.
Yes.
And leaving makes the option of greeting less likely in a dog's mind. So that was helping her, but now she needs to get used to me just being right here, because this is probably what your guests are going to do. So take some comfort in knowing that this took us less than 10 minutes to get here, you know, and she could do it with other people. It's just going to take time and repetitions and consistency on your, it cannot be like, I don't feel like dealing with this today. Like, you're going to have to try your hardest, Or she goes in the crate when your guests come over. So you know what I'm saying? But it shouldn't be
screaming and crying.
right. So it's just one of those things that you just want to avoid her charging at the door. And it's if you started off right at your new place when you do get a home. I know that it's something you're looking, right? You can start off on the right foot before we even, have guests come over. And she'll already have this routine built up, but she won't have any memories of that home, of people walking in that home. And you might be able to work through it easier there because there's no past memories to like erase. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, I mean, a knock is still a knock, no matter the door you do it on. So the noise itself, might still trigger, but it might be easier when you're in a new environment because she doesn't have any emotions attached to that.
Yes.
All right, so when you're ready, you can release her. I'll reward her a couple of times.
Breathe.
Yes, I like how she's
jump
that's a
on
good
you or
girl.
anything.
That's because we're getting into this routine. I'm not saying she's not going to try it all.
I know.
Good girl. She's whining for the food, huh? But she's learning this new way of interacting. And, that's why I would suggest having treats for your guests so that instead of running up to them and jumping, she's very motivated to do something else because she realized the sitting is what gets her the food. So you're just teaching her a different way to approach people.
Okay.
So we'll see how she responds after I'm done with this one. And if she goes to jump, you got to walk the other way with her, kind of like a yank.
Okay.
So you can shorten it up. Sniffing is totally acceptable. Only if you see those movements like she's about to jump. You kind of know what that looks like. So you watch her, don't watch your guest. Good girl. That's it. Perfect. Yes, I like it. I like her alternate response. Nice job. So I'll reward that so she can sat. Good job. And then release the pressure. Yep. No, she's okay. She's okay. She was just coming to sniff. Yeah, you're good. You're good. You're good. But that's what you have to do too. They have to see that that's just not an option. You don't get anything good from that, but you do get something good from sitting. So the rewards are important too. You kind of need the two because she might decide, well, jumping is worth you yanking on my collar. You never know what a dog's going to consider worth it. So drink all the water.
Water in a minute.
All right. So